As you guys know, I don't normally cover Love Island USA on my channel because often Love Island USA runs concurrently with Love Island UK and it's quite difficult to cover both, and also sometimes I just can't get Love Island USA despite the VPN stuff and everyone going on about that. It still doesn't work for me. But today, guys, they have released the Love Island USA video with all the cast in, and we've already got controversy a few hours after that video has come out. And there are some similarities with the controversies we've already had with the UK season. Now let's start with the fluffy stuff first. We have one of the contestants, Jeremiah.
I'm such a communication nerd. I've always been a more emotional type of guy.
Being exposed, for lack of a better term, by a young lady on TikTok called Amaya, who was on Temptation Island, talking about how she was in conversation with Jeremiah only a few days ago, and he hadn't mentioned anything about going on Love Island, and she gets it. He signed an NDA, so he can't really talk about it, but he kind of told her this really weird lie about going to see his cousin or something, and basically she's found out today he's on Love Island. Here she is explaining it.
I literally just found out the guy that I've been talking to is on Love Island this new season. Like, why does this always happen to me? I feel like I have the most, like, mind-blowing situations when it comes to, like, finding love and also, like, liking guys. The last time I talked to this man was on Friday. Friday! Ah! No, it's fine. No, it's fine. He went on this random trip, right? I kept on asking him, I'm like, why are you here? Because something in my intuition told me that he was lying. I knew that he was lying about whatever he was going to. So I was like, why are you here? Like, why are you in this location? Why are you, like, what's going on here? And he literally just said that he was visiting his cousin who was having a baby. Lies! Lies! I mean, again, I get it. Like, he signed an NDA, so it's like, okay, cool for you, cool for you. He definitely liked me. He was so flirty with me, and I definitely was super flirty with him as well. I really wanted to watch the season of Love Island too, and like now I'm like physically gonna be sick. We literally went to the gym together, we went to church together, we got coffee together, like we did a lot. We did hang out a couple times, like actually, and been lied to before, but never like this. Like, this is actually so crazy. I'm just truly shook and truly flabbergasted because every time I like a guy, there's always something's just terribly wrong. And in this case, he's on a dating show, just like I was. How could I be this dumb? How could I be this dumb? How could I be this dumb? I would never have guessed that in a million years. Like, I truly wouldn't have guessed that. I literally just thought that he was out there finding a girlfriend, which he is! Oh my god, he is! My intuition was so right. I literally was like, I kept on asking him. Oh my gosh, I feel so dumb. Why did I even like a guy in the first place? Like, this is really my fault. The drama! Oh, the drama!
Now, some people did accuse her and say, look, this is a lie. You're just saying this purely for clout. You don't know the guy. So she then posted another TikTok in which you can clearly see she's in a photo with him giggling. Now, we've seen this before. It happens. And let's be honest, they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. They were probably in the early stages of maybe starting to date, and that's about it. I find it amazing that he went to church with her as well, and yet still we have these, like, listen, people don't live by a moral code like sometimes you expect them to. And why does church have to get dragged into this? Never mind, anyway. So that's the first little controversy there's been. Like I say, nothing new. We've had other people go on Love Island who have still got boyfriends and girlfriends at home. So like I say, these things do happen. All Stars. Last season of All Stars, Marcel went on All Stars, guys. He was still married. He hadn't finalised his divorce yet. So, you know, these things, like I say, nothing new. Now, the second thing is where we have a interesting parallel with the UK. So we have a contestant in Love Island USA called Austin.
Who called the pool man? I love making people laugh. I look damn good while cleaning a pool.
And we have a contestant apparently coming up in Love Island UK called Aaron. And both of them have been accused of being fans of Donald Trump. Now, people have done some digging into Austin's social media and found that he does repost a lot of what one would consider to be right-wing conservative stuff. Lots of different videos, Trump clips, people talking about MAGA, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that is concerning. I'll agree, that is concerning when people have those kind of political leanings. But again, as I said in my previous video about this kind of thing, how much does it matter what someone's political opinion is? And then we had this spring up on social media, a confession from someone who was at school with him, accusing him of basically being racist. Now, I'll read this out. Now, listen, obviously, we don't know the context of this. Who is this person? We're not sure. You know, again, it's very difficult sometimes to get absolute truth here. because we're trusting the source we've been given without knowing exactly who they are. But let's read it anyway, and let's bear in mind that before we read it that this could be true or it might not be. We just don't know. Excuse his political views, but I know him personally. Went to school with him, and this man is just as bad as y'all can see from what he does online. This man hates black people by all the racial slurs he used to call me back then. Yeah, he needs to go. You can see there's someone else. Are you serious? Girl, yes, I would never lie about this. We both went to a PWI out here in MI. Is that Miami or Michigan? And I was like the only black girl out of maybe 25 black girls and 25 black guys. And the rest of the school was all white. It was a big school. Yes, it was awful for real. Always being mean to me because I was dark. Being told I was dark. He and other kids making other kids run from me in the halls because I liked girls. Using the word, well, okay, I'm not going to say that, the N-word, like it's just water to drink up. So yeah, I genuinely do not like that man. I still talk to one person who was very close friends with, and I told him the same SHIT, like I hope he gets voted out. So there we have it. Now, if what they're saying here is true, and it does seem like a fairly credible, traceable, in terms, saying I went to the same school as him, all that kind of stuff, so she could, hopefully verify all this. It's not good news if it is true. So, once again, you kind of wonder to yourself, well, I used to think that these TV companies didn't do their research, and that they were just lazy when it came to that, and that internet detectives do a better job. But now I'm more cynical, and I think they do their research, and they deliberately leave controversial people in the cast, so that they will get PR off it, and so that it will cause controversy as the season begins, and people will tune in, hoping to see some of this manifest in front of the other contestants, because that's what keeps people hooked on watching it. I mean, if you imagine this guy Austin goes in, is he now going to say terrible things to the contestants in the show who are black? And if he does, then of course, while that's terrible for them, it creates great viewership and great buzz around the show. And of course, it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't, because you should consider the safety of your contestants first, both mentally and physically, of course. And that's not the way it should work, but I don't think TV producers think in that way. They're not as nice as that, and we have to accept that. Especially on these reality shows, because they know what keeps us watching is the drama. If there's no drama, it's a very boring show. But then I don't want the drama to come at the expense of someone's mental or physical health. That's not right. Similarly with this girl who says she was practically dating Jeremiah. People have been saying, well, bring her on as a bombshell. And that'd be great, because then she would have to face him in the villa and say, I thought you and me had something going on, and you lied to me, etc., etc. So that would create drama too. But I got to say, if what's said about Austin is right, from my perspective, he shouldn't be on the show. He shouldn't be anywhere near those people, because it's not correct. If you know he's been racist, then you shouldn't have him on the show, period. It's not a good thing to do. But like I say, we have a similar situation in the UK. I don't know if the other contestant who's going on the UK version, Aaron, I don't know if he is got similar views to Austin, but he may do, and he may still go on the show. So we'll have to see what happens, guys. But that's what's cooking at the moment for Love Island USA. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you think about this? Do you agree, disagree with me? Do you care? Do you not care? Do you? Full stop, question mark, etc. I know that doesn't make sense, but there we go. Yes, and good night.